country, who called his own servants and delivered his goods to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1. To each according to his what? Own ability. Say that again. His own ability. And immediately he went on a journey. And then who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5 talents. Say another 5 talents.
Another 5 talents.
And likewise he who had received 2 gained 2 more. Say gained 2 more.
Gained 2 more.
But he who had received 1 went and dug in the ground and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants came and settled accounts with them. So he who had received the 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Lord, you delivered to me 5 talents. Look, I have gained 5 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, and faithful servant.
Hallelujah.
You were faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many.
Hallelujah.
Enter into the joy of your Lord. He also, who had received 2 talents, came and said, Lord, you delivered to me 2 talents. Look, I've gained 2 more talents beside them. His Lord said to him as well, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things, and I will make you ruler over many things. Enter in to the joy of your Lord.
Oh, wow.
And then who had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew. This is our problem right here. We think we know.
Come on.
Lord, I knew
Come on.
you to be a hard man, reaping where you have not sown and gathering where you have not seeded. And I was afraid, Lord, and went and hid your talents in the ground. And look, there you have what is yours. But his Lord answered and said to him, you wicked, lazy servant. You knew that I reap where I have not sown, and you gather where I have not scattered seed. So you ought to have deposited my money with the bankers, and at my coming, I would have received back my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has 10. For everyone who has more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the unprofitable servant into the outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. So when you start to get into the gospel, and you start to talk about the gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, excuse me.
Hallelujah.
God always speaks in parables. Now, a parable is a story. And I know y'all like stories. A parable is a story about 2 things. So in this story, as we read, he talked about a master coming and giving people talents. Now, talents, and we'll talk about that. I'm not going to go too fast, too quick, but I just want you to talk about the parable. Now, the parable is a story. It's giving you the relation of one thing versus another thing. Like he's talking about he went to travel, and everybody knows that Jesus Christ came so we may have life, and he gave each and one of us some type of talent or talent, a financial talent or a skill talent. And then he ascended into heaven. The same thing with his disciples. He did the same thing. He came and he taught them how to preach and teach the word of Christ and how to go out and make disciples. And then he went away. So he deposited something in them, which is the talent.
Amen.
My God.
Amen.
Which is the talent. He deposited that in them. When we come to church, we come into church to be deposited in, so when we go out, we can do the things that God calls us to do. Wow. We come into church to encourage one another and to be able to do the things that God called us to do. We come in to help one another, as Tiffany helped the sister right here get the word so we can be all on the same page. We're talking about being about the Father's business. Now, understand that there's some parables, and I can use that word freely because now you understand that it's a story relating things back to Jesus. That's what a parable is. So when we look at Luke and 17 and 6, it talks about having the faith of a mustard seed. You know how a mustard seed is so small, but it so large.
Amen.
So it can be like this speck of paper right there that could be the size of a mustard seed, but then it grows up to be the trees across the street. That's the faith that God is calling us to have. And the way that God wants you to do it, you start to have a passion for this thing. Like both of my nephews come up and be like, yeah, I'm doing testimony time. That's my thing. They have a passion for it. When you have a passion for certain things, like DeVar, he over there playing the drums to the song that they were singing. That's passion. That's passion for what he does. Sick and all that. He's like, look, I'm playing. I don't care because I never know when I'm going to have to play this. That's the passion. That's what God is calling us. That's the passion that we have to step into. Here's the thing that God is saying. Don't allow people to stop you from experiencing every opportunity.
Wow.
By doing the master's business. Don't allow people to stop you. People gonna always say something about you, girl. Your hair ain't right. Your braces make you look crazy and all that. Don't allow that to stop you from what God is doing in your life. Yes, it sounds funny. I was playing with my daughter last night. I was telling her about the difference between pray and pray. Yeah, I'm using you. Had a little young whippersnapper come over our house yesterday talking about he was doing a special project. So I told her, I was like, listen, you got to know the difference between pray and pray. She said, Dad, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't need that right now. I said, yes, you do, sweetheart. You're at that age. Because you're about your father's business. And anytime you start to praying for people, her other little girlfriend said, oh, y'all talk about Jesus a lot. Why wouldn't you? This is Jesus' house. You didn't know you was coming into that type of special project. But this is Jesus' house, and that's where we're going to talk about Jesus. So understand that my daughter, she played her position, though. She played her role. She played in her ability. Even though that she would continue to get her homework done because she know what would happen. But also, she was like, yeah, we do serve the Lord. We do talk about Jesus a lot around here. You in Jesus' house.
Amen.
That's coming from a 12-year-old.
Amen. Amen.
So why is it stopping us? It's 42.
Come on. Amen.
25-year-old people. Your daughter doing that? No.
Yep.
Pastor daughter better sit down somewhere. She's going to make them grades. Because you got to match the expectation. My mother used to tell me this all the time. She said, I know that you're a cut above the rest. I know that you're a cut above the rest. So you need to act like that. You need to carry yourself like that.
Yep.
I used to be like, Mom, you stop tripping. It ain't my fault that they ain't washed their face and combed their hair this morning. They just went outside in moon boots to play. That's a real life story, too. I got in trouble for that. Because of the expectation. If I'm operating at the level 5, that means the level 5 has more, I got more ability to look after people. I got more ability to hold people accountable. I got more ability to make sure that you meet your level at the 2. Because if you don't meet your level at the 2, then how am I going to meet my level at the 5?
Right.
My God.
They're both tied
Let
together.
me say it again.
Wow, that's good right there.
If I don't meet my level at the 5 as the pastor and you at the 2 as the flock, then I ain't doing this. So we have to be focused on you can't look at me because I'm the pastor and I wear a robe and all that. No, and I got this headset. No. Because if you don't meet your 2, I definitely can't meet my 5 when the Lord comes again.
Come on.
Let me say it again.
That's it right there.
I cannot meet my 2, my 5, when the Lord comes again if you don't meet your 2.
They both tied together.
Because they are tied together.
Come on.
They are running mates.
Good word, Pastor.
The level 2 man. So just because the 5 was about the Lord's business, he made it in. He made it in. The 5 made it in. He was like, look, Lord. Look what I done. Verse 18. I'm taking y'all the verses, so make sure y'all watch it. Verse 18. Well, verse 16. He said, then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5 talents. And likewise, he who received the 2. So they both trade. One traded and the other invested. That's the difference. One traded, One invested, but they both made it into the house of the Lord. The whole object of Christianity
Is to get
is
in.
to make it
Come
in
on,
the
it's to get in.
house of the Lord.
Come on, it's to get in. That's it right there.
The whole purpose of Christianity
Get in.
is not always about the singing and the playing of the
It's to get
drums
in.
and the piano. It's about making it into heaven. You know what
Come
I'm
on.
talking about?
Come on.
Right now, is
That's
the perfect
it.
time. Right now that the Lord could be knocking on the door right now,
Come on.
expecting y'all to get in line to get into heaven. The second time we're in that in between the first event and the second event.
Come
He's
on.
already came the first time.
Come on, come on.
And the word says he's coming again. So what do what God has called us to do? Operate at your level. Listen, you got one talent, just walk on the water. If your talent is just to walk on the water, you'll bring 10 million in because you're walking on the water. But it's when he realized what he was doing, he started to sing. The same thing when you turn to Numbers 3 and 20 when they talked about the little grasshopper. The little grasshopper, and I'm almost done. The little grasshopper, the word talks about how we can't see beyond the grasshopper in us.
My God.
So we're prepared to fight the giant, but we never get to the giant because we didn't get past the grasshopper.
My God.
You look at a grasshopper, it's about yay big. But that thing continues to beat us time and time again. Our innermost things in us beat us every time. So we never multiply our giftedness. We never operate. We never step out on faith and just walk this thing. And understand it's till God comes again. So if God came today or God comes tomorrow, have you invested your talent? If God came today or if he came tomorrow, would you be getting in? Without a shadow of a doubt, would you be getting in? Do you know that? Do you know that? Ask yourself that question. Because if you got any doubt that you ain't getting in, you need to ask for help today. You need to ask for forgiveness. The failure to benefit the master with our talents, may it be money or steal, or keep us out the pearly gates of heaven.
My God.
It will do. You heard it here. When the rapture comes, y'all see people getting lifted up. Understand you're going to have a second opportunity. But if you never did it the first time, how you think you're going to do it again? Right now, we're waiting on the second event. CNN, a little bit closely, see what's taking place in the Middle East. Things is happening. The Antichrist is coming from Europe. Don't forget that. It's coming from Europe.
Yes, he is.
Understand that anybody who sides with Israel is going to get a way in because they're the chosen people.
My God.
Understand that. So when you watch TV, watch CNN, watch the news, watch the late night talk shows if you're up like me. You know, sometimes I miss stuff. My wife tells me things so I can brush up on it and see what's really going on. Time is of the essence. Again, it's truth. It's not. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to shake you up. But if I don't operate at level 5, I'm not getting in.
Come on.
If you don't operate at level 2, you're not getting in.
Come on, Pastor.
Even if you're 1, you're not getting in if we're not all on that same focus.
Amen.
So let us pray.